I grew up in Seongsu-dong, a semi-industrial part of Seoul. I didn't have toys to play with. I would create my own toys by hand every day. In a word, insufficiency is what helped me form my own creative style. What I create isn't what comes to mind when people think of elegant, fancy fashion. But that kind of fashion is unapproachable for me. I don't think I could handle it, and I don't dare. The standard in high fashion is no longer standard for me. It has become too high. I can't reach for it, and it has become so overwhelming that it has become suffocating just looking at it. Fashion for me is a visual language. Each cut, each stitch, every decision that I make is part of a language and a message that I create. I am like a quiet observer, like an artist drawing caricatures in secret sitting on a bench in the park. I'm inspired by everyday subjects in front of my eyes, and the work I create in my own visual language flows back to these people, to these subjects. This is what I think about when I design. I see them as designers. They are artists to me. How they live their lives inspires me. My inspiration for some of the shapes was inspired by post-World War II atomic age artwork. You can find the designs related to protective clothing and round spears from that age. With this current work, I'm inspired by what people are going through now. This unprecedented pandemic is forcing people to be creative in how they fight the virus. As I searched it on the internet, I would often find images of people cautiously peeping out with supermarket plastic bags over their heads. No studios were available, fabric shops were closed, and we were all restricted from going outside except to go to the grocery store for the daily necessities. This is what I reflected on as I began my collection. I looked around and gathered up plastic supermarket bags, sat down on my kitchen floor, and started one by one to begin to tape them together to create. The message, the deeper meaning, is a juxtaposition of paradoxes. There is a risk of suffocation if you put on a plastic bag. There is the obvious warning message on the plastic bag. However, people were wearing plastic bags over their heads to prevent a respiratory disease. That's quite a paradox. But let's be honest, the world is full of these paradoxes, right? Look at what I do. I create, how you say, naive work. My materials are easily found around me. The shapes I used are simple. But while I was working on this project, I gained the confidence to raise my work to the next level in all areas. My imagination has become infinite.